Oh, hi everyone. I will talk about the magic of the mathematics, or the magical power, or the mystery or mysterious power of mathematics. Where it's come from. The, the mathematics is the simplest thing in our life, because it is simple. Therefore, it is the power. First of all, it starts from one. If you accept one, then you have to accept mathematics. Especially when mathematics first started, it wasn't very it was a big mess, I guess. I didn't live at that time. And then the most well-known systematically clean up the mathematics was the Euclid, who started Euclidean geometry and clean up the geometry, or at least clean up the plenary geometry. So plenary geometry became modern day, really. I mean, mathematics. So everything must be proven. Only the things proven, and that is right. So being right is something people want, and a mathematic proof, that is the highest standard of righteousness. And in other words, the proof must be logically rigorous. So a logically rigorous proof, what is it? It consists many logical steps, and each step must be rigorous, so that the entire proof is logically rigorous. However, there are only two kind of logic steps that is rigorous. One is necessary and sufficient. Another is sufficient. So when you apply the first kind of a logic step, or when you apply first kind of a rigorous logical reasoning, say you start from A, applied necessary and sufficient logic reasoning got to B, which means A and B are equivalent. In terms of information, the information within A is the same the information within the B. So two of them are the same. So when you apply a necessary and a sufficient step, logical step, it's just as if you hadn't done nothing, because nothing had changed. Maybe only in the formation that changed, but in content, nothing changed. So if you're smart enough, you can see this and this equal. You don't have to argue. You don't have to do the whole bunch of reasoning. You can see them, being the same right away. Then sufficient and necessary and sufficient logic is useless. Okay. The next one is a sufficient logical step, or logical reasoning, rigorous logical reasoning. when you apply one of those, suppose you start from A, you applied a sufficient logical step, you got to B. Then B has less information than A. You lose information. Therefore, whenever you are thinking logically, whenever you are logically rigorous, in other words, you did not make any logical mistakes, you do not learn anything new. You're only going to know less. More you think, less you know. When you think logically, when you think, your logic is rigorous and no mistake. That's how Euclidean geometry killed Greek science, killed Greek metaphysics. Back then, metaphysics was the king. Metaphysics basically means that evidence is good enough to prove something. You know, when Aristotle thought or said heavier things drop faster, and even proportional to its weight, he has evidences. And rocks is faster than, say, a leaf, or something, even, say, a feather or hair, and so on. However, once Euclidean geometry came out, Greek thinking was finished, because nothing can be proven mathematically according to rigorous logical standard. Nothing can be proven except mathematics. So this is where the power or the magic of the mathematics come from. It doesn't tell you anything new. It doesn't tell you anything you already knew. Math only tells you what you already knew, only you do not know you knew. I hope I made that clear. Math only find the money in your pocket, which has always been there. That's your money. Somehow you thought that's math, and then you gave that money to math. Another example about the logic is that I forgot what's the name. Miranda, I think, called Miranda's rights or something. Basically, when police arrest you, you have the right to remain silence. Because as long as police deduct their information or think logically, do not make mistakes, everything reasoning is logically rigorous. Police only know what they already knew. Logic doesn't get you anywhere, doesn't give you anything new, and only gonna give you less. More you think, less you know. And you lose information. I hope I made that clear. So that's why you accept mathematics so easily, because you already knew that. Math only told you what you already knew, but you did not know you knew. And you had to say like $100 in your pocket, but you didn't know, and someone pulled it out for you, and you're very happy. And that's the magic of mathematics. Religion has similar situation, because if they rigorously follow the teaching, say for example Christianity or Judaism, if the universe is made by God, then the country, the private ownership of the land, prevent other human beings from using land. God made land. And that's wrong. You can't own anything you didn't make. Everything that made by God should be shared. More or less, as long as you follow the Almighty's teaching, or Jesus Almighty's big boy, Jesus' teaching, you do not add anything personal. You think logically, vigorously reasoning. You do not make mistakes. Nothing new gonna happen. Definitely not abortion. Definitely not homosexual. But however, these things are natural or not natural. It depends on how you think. See, so that's why, anyway, forget about that. All I'm trying to tell you is math doesn't tell you anything new. Only tell you things you already knew. So that make you so accept the mathematics so easily, because there's nothing personal in mathematics, of course, except the continuous part of the mathematics. When you take a limit, when you take a derivative, when you go so far that matrix and a curvature and a differential equations and so on, and tensors and all that, that's human, because you have to prove by contradiction. When you do prove by contradiction, you add a human factor in it, because something, the opposite of something, not right, it doesn't make this thing right. Naturally, it shouldn't be. But logically, you may do that. You want to say something right, and you assume that thing is wrong, and you find something, and that thing must be right. And you found a contradiction. Contradiction would have proved that it's right. But in reality, that's not the case. Most obvious is this a positive charge, electric charge, and negative electric charge, a north pole and south pole. Opposition exists. Yin and yang. The world is contradiction. Alrighty, I hope you do not worship mathematicians anymore. Okay, bye.